soon.
Sounds good. I gotta get all my new stuff out, man. Oh my
So,
goodness.
out of curiosity, well, yesterday, the last time with Tam, when I was trying to drag the items over, like half the items aren't there, but Andrew apparently had no issue moving all the items over. So, like, am I missing an entire whole ass module, or
I don't know.
like the orb of time and the orb of and the drift globe, and I couldn't find those.
Could you not find them, or could you find them and then once you dragged them over to your sheet that they turned into something else?
No, I just couldn't find them.
Okay.
Because no, there was some things that just didn't identify, and I left that up to Tam to deal with because I had to leave. But
Yeah, Chase had to identify a few of my items, because I couldn't actually do it myself for whatever reason.
I have to be missing a module. Like, would it? Because I have everything that looks like it should have items in it. Am I just like, do I need the monster pack? Do those have items in it?
I have no idea where all the items are at.
Uh,
Did
okay, hold on. Let me. We here at D&D really wanted to make this search function as fucking ass backwards as possible. So we decided to tell you to go fuck yourself, and we put a giant pop-up over it. Drift Club, the source is the Dungeon Master's Guide. So what the do I not have? You know what? Do I not have the DM's Guide in here? I might. No, Dungeon Master's Guide, Dungeon Master's Guide player. Okay, fine. Nope, that's the only one. Okay. Yeah, I'm retarded. Equipment.
Okay, stream seems to be doing good.
Oh, reference manual. That's not it. Class. No. Equipment. Weapon. That's not. Pack harness and horseshoe. Of course. What? Hmm. Sources Dungeon Masters. Oh, no, I just fucking can't drag it over. That's annoying.
All right. So, the last time you guys talked, you had talked with the rest of the whole party, um, and you've dropped off a number of the NPCs at the sanctuary that is the old Temple of Ioun, the Archive of Ancients, um, and had some discussions with Eos Ilrandosa, the archivist there, as to the nature of whatever the fuck you guys think is going on. The balance is upset. The planes are out of whack. The Feywild has been destroyed, and that shouldn't be possible. Um, so it's up to you guys to protect, to be the agents of this balancing act in the world, and go and save the world from whatever this terrible undoing is. Um, so your objective, your subgroup's objective, is to go north into the Prowlum dynasty and investigate the court of the king, the Kalman court, the court of the Crimson King, um, the seat of Emperor Bruno Arden, who is a fairly imposing figure in the political spectrum of the world. A general who has won many campaigns and inherited the seat of power from his predecessor, um, who took it in a coup. So your objective is to get into the Prelum Dynasty and secure the seal of law before any bad actors can destroy it.
Did we get any information for vaguely where it is? Like, is it someone's dinner plate sitting in their room, or is it
To the not from the knowledge that the um, the archivist gave
Archivist.
you, it is in the courtroom of the king.
awesome? So let's go commit treason, and then they have to bring us into the courtroom, and then easy.
I mean, if we wanted to do that, we should have just brought Kindle with us.
Oh,
It'd
right.
be easy. Yeah, the Parlum dynasty is known to have one of the strongest militaries of the countries, the neighboring countries, and flaunts that military might. But they are broadly anti-magic, and particular anti-arcane magic. They have augmented certain of their more elite forces, more anybody who's somebody in their army, which is known as the Sveitingen, the army. With these magical eyes that you guys have seen before, where their left eye is replaced by this magical orb of alchemical and mechanical design that can detect magic.
Isn't it like range 10 though?
You don't know.
Okay.
You don't know directly how far they can see or how far they can see clearly with it. But given that it does take one of their functional eyes away, it does inhibit the depth perception of the Sveitingen spellbreakers. So, after Joe and Aridin headed off north into the unknown to complete their own quests, you are left as 4. Despero, well, 5 kind of, because Matthias is still going to tag along with you so that Despero can hold a fucking conversation. Despero kind of moodily contemplating information he's been given by the archivist. Oh, you know what? I'm bothering Dom about crafting items for you guys because he was supposed to do that and he was supposed to give me his spreadsheet.
He
The
said that
spreadsheet
he
is
was
in
doing the
chat.
one for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's in the chat.
It's yeah, there.
There it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh man, Fantasy
I don't
Grounds has
think
the
you-
best inventory management system I think I've ever seen. It's truly awe-inspiring. Oh my god.
He doesn't exactly highlight what he did or did not craft though.
Yeah. So I guess we'll deal with it later.
Yeah.
You guys are a couple of you have some extra items then, and Real, you can sense your attunement to the headband of intellect that you gave Julian actually being used.
Okay, so I'll keep that on there for like a day or two.
Yeah, it is being used. I think it lasts without your presence. It lasts for 13 days, right? Your level.
Oh no, it lasts indefinitely until I die, and then
Oh,
13
okay.
days after I die,
Got it. Okay.
or until I replace it with another currently using currently use infusion. So
Yeah.
I could take that from him at the beginning of any other day, but if he's actively using it, I'll put it off for like another day or two.
Yeah, he's actively using it. Okay, so you guys, you need to head north into the Prowlum Dynasty. So let me get my Dragonspine map up.
Okay.
Man, I'm just gonna give up on the items right now. I cannot figure out how the fuck to get these.
That's fine. I can keep you. I can keep you distracted from the items for a bit.
So you're here, and your quickest way into the Prowlum Dynasty is up north through Tormir, which I think a couple of you, Vel, you've certainly been there. Past this checkpoint and into whichever city that one is that I don't remember the name of off the top of my head. The other option is to go through Wilderstadt, but since you guys have already been there and been and done the gambling and taken a lot of money from a lot of people, especially Farhat, you probably don't want to show your face there for just a moment.
Yeah, and also they might remember Despero on that particular stretch of road
Yeah.
because we might have bumped into someone on the way in. That's how we originally met Joe, was we killed everyone there. That's
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
we didn't
I-
start that part.
No, it's like Joe was with them, and then she saw Despero, and he had certain tattoos that she recognized from another person, and was like, "Hey, if you see anybody with these tattoos, bring them to me." And she's like, "Huh, I should probably do that." And then the guy started
That's
killing
what we're
them,
doing
and then
in
she's
Berlin.
like, "No." And then I remember she crit twice on two of the spell
Yeah,
breakers.
you just
Rolls
turned and
with-
fucking executed two of your former comrades, employers.
To be fair, Despero's the only one of that original
Wow.
party who's in this party.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Chase, brace your computer because I'm gonna try downloading the remaining modules.
Okay.
I cannot find half of the stuff, and it's just like, hey, it might be in another.
If
mod.
it's in some of the newer, if it's in some of the newer books,
You
it's
just type it
not. Yeah, just type it out because I have not. I don't buy modules. I pirate them, and they're not available on my piracy website yet.
Being
Well,
an
it's supposed to be
artificer
like-
on Fantasy Grounds is just typing everything by hand.
It's supposed to be in the fucking Dungeon Master's Guide, but the only thing I have access to is Dungeon Master's Guide - players, which I guess means I fucking don't get the Drift Globe.
Let me see if I have it.
What's
But
this?
but it's more than just one thing is
Okay.
the problem. So I don't want to just
Mhm.
make it like, hey, buddy, could you just go and search this list of 30 items I can't find? So I'm trying to find another way around it.
The drift globe's in your inventory, but
Well, Velt, if you could, like, if you know your way around town up north, do you know of any nice inns or taverns up there we can spend the night?
Oh boy. Is this the place we met Cirilla from Forever?
no, this is not.
Ooh, okay.
No,
Tormir.
that was on the other side of the Prowling Dynasty.
Is this is Tormir the place that we entered the caves?
No, you guys entered the caves. Let me clear the drawing out. So you guys met Cirilla up at this lake, and then you guys traveled down and around and entered the caves here.
Okay.
Tormir is where we had the second Halloween one shot, where Michael did
Oh.
the pact,
Aeolus,
and
right? Okay.
Alice and the townsfolk was some spooky, scary shit, and you entered the prison and murdered everything.
That's what we're missing. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
about right.
yeah, that's what has armor and stuff.
And the
Okay.
Amulet of the Devout.
Yeah, Tormir is pretty close.
God, I mean, we have to go to Tormir. I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, that's where Aeolus was. But I mean, the people should recognize me still, hopefully.
Is recognizing you a good thing?
Yeah, because we had to deal with a bunch of weird stuff. Like there was and now that I think about it, I have to take a step back because there was a warden that we had to defeat. But if the warden was holding Aeolus, and Aeolus is kind of, you know, the big no-no. But then again, the civilians were kind of more scared of the warden than anything else. It was more like an old temple, so they probably didn't know as much.
They
as we
didn't.
did.
They didn't even know that their place was built on the ruins of this this ancient Storveldi Solaris prison.
Yeah, we should be fine, Real. I think we'll be okay. Worst case scenario, they'll be indifferent. I mean, there's nothing about us that's like, hey, we tried to destroy you guys. Sorry. It's more like, hey, there's a warden there.
Okay,
Kill them
good.
off.
Because
Far's gonna hold up a hand like he's raising hands. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the place that hates all things magical, correct?
I think it's on the edge. There might be a couple of caravans that go into there, but I think the people in there are at the very least tolerant. Because I mean, we had Eridan, we had all of the elves. Uguay was with us, right?
Yeah, Uguay was with you. You had
Yeah.
Tam. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll be
So-
fine.
So I can cast a spell and not worry about having a blade in my neck the next day.
You might get a fuss, but I mean, you shouldn't have a blade. I can't imagine a blade.
All right, let's try it.
you should
Wait,
be
who's
fine.
who's in the group now? Oh, it's just fucking Desperate. He's not here. Fuck
Yeah.
him.
What? What?
As we
Oh,
start
no.
leaving, I'm gonna walk along and just to put a potential pin in something that we might need to talk about later. When we get to the seal in question, there's a particular individual that might end up attacking it. I know it's gonna be difficult, but if we could try talking to him first, and they're gonna look a little something like this, and I'm gonna cast disguise self to look like the look like Lady Death, effectively. If you see someone that looks like me, the voice is still exactly the same. I purposefully didn't modify the voice. So I switch into effectively like a 5'6" pale skinned elf, like unnaturally pale skinned elf with obviously very Sauron-esque armor with like blood floating around her. And I just, you see that turn and point and you say, now if you see someone that looks like this, they're gonna try and kill you. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm gonna turn around and kill them right back. But I'd like a moment to talk with them because I might potentially, there's a chance, need to attempt to save them.
Something between this armor on this frame.
Ah, yes. Kinky.
And
Okay.
I will mention, I cannot highlight enough. She will attempt to kill. She's very good at the killing. She is very skilled when it comes to the killing of people.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Like she will annihilate a group of people, if only to walk past them. Like I cannot put enough emphasis on the she will kill us very easily. I don't want to understate that. And then down the road you say, well, Farhat, you said you was just gonna try. She ain't gonna try nothing. She's going to very successfully kill something when she walks in the room.
Okay.
Just give
Real
him
would
another
know.
look to make sure that he understands. Yeah, give him a real close look to make sure he understands, and then shift back, and you see me dust off my duster to
Just
shake off the illusion.
pan to Real, and Real's just associating, just being triggered.
Yeah, just yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just disassociating in the corner, eyeball, eye pupils twitching.
Like,
Oh, my apologies, Real. I forgot you were there.
this
I
is
guess
more
I
than I
should
signed
ask,
up
is this
for.
someone we know, or is this just kind of like a...
Someone our group knows.
Oh,
She's the one who
I-
killed Kitcherlorn and Melifia.
And Mafia in the same fights.
And
Oh.
Nyx, the goddess
And
of
Nyx.
the demigod of death.
Good times.
alrighty.
Oh, and this one is a lot more touch and go on the information. She might be accompanied by a warrior of significant ability. He shouldn't be as much of a threat last I saw him, but try not to kill him either. He's gonna be insensible though, so restrain him if need be.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. Yeah. That'll be interesting.
As you guys are like packing up and getting ready, Despero's kind of like coming up. He's kind of like sidling over next to Velt and like occasionally like flexing and just like looking back and forth and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I just imagine him cycling through bodybuilder poses, but every time you look away and go back, his pack is more full, but he's just in a different pose.
Yeah. Just Velt, one day
This
I
is
would
not
like
the
to test
custom.
your combat metal.
This is how the Costa Kanaya get ready.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Sounds fun. Be good.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The last time you tested someone's strength was with Joe and the other fella. And correct me if I'm wrong. You got. I saw you very quickly in the medics tent.
I was a fool. I did not take my proper time to prepare. I will not make the same mistake again.
All right then. Just look at Belt and just mouth. Don't kill him. Just don't.
Okay. Yeah. No. No worries. No worries. You good?
Okay.
Question on channeling stuff because I did want to try channeling something as I move just to see how that would function.
Depends on what it is.
The fucking thing that I absolutely had open a second ago before I got sidetracked by nonsense.
Jackpot?
No, the Conjure Celestial is a casting time of a minute, but it's concentration, and I kind of wanted to work on that as we move without having to stop. Or with concentration, are you still able to like walk? Or
It
is
depends on the nature of the spell. If it's a ritual, no.
It's not tagged as a ritual. It's just tagged as concentration.
Well, let me. So, Celestial?
Yeah.
Seventh level conjure?
Yeah.
For this
Otherwise,
one,
I
I
could
would
just-
say you need to, since it's a summoning effect, it's a conjuration effect, you need to have like a specific place you're summoning it.
Okay, so like knew you needed to stop and do it. Got it.
Yeah.
Oof, fuck.
Summon
I-
slow, challenge rating forward lower.
That's the what was it? Quaddle.
The coatl, yeah.
I like how they say sample Pegasus. Like that's the worst option out of the entire list.
So I know who reads.
I use my 7th level spell to bring in a CR2 Pegasus, you fucking idiots. Now I have a horse with wings, you fucking morons.
I mean, it lasts for quite a while, so.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour. The benefit of Conjure Celestial is you get a weaker thing than with Conjure Greater Demon or Conjure Fey, but it doesn't have the downside of, whoops, I tripped. Oh, whoops, now we have a CR6 demon trying to kill us and
Trying to
enslave our
chew on my
souls.
nose, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a Balgarura suddenly turn on you is not a fun combat
Well, even the
encounter.
summoned Fey one is like, yes, I summon like an Elder Treant that can rip up a mountain. Oh shit, sorry, I failed my concentration check. So he actually hates the fact that he's
It's
here.
on
and
the
he's gonna
wire. It's,
kill
yeah,
me.
it's on the loose now.
Speaking of, I wonder how that spell works now that the Feywild's gone.
That's a very good question.
It's a question for a druid. Thank God we don't have a druid.
Oh, no.
Goodbye.
Mhm.
Big hums.
So, you guys set out on the road north to Tormir. You'll have to cross some lowlands, but they're mostly farming land.
Okay, yeah.
So you guys make it's a pretty easy. It's a pretty easy walk. It's a nice walk in a field for most of it. It is lightly snowing, and it is you're cresting into the winter months. Into the you're approaching winter fast. And everywhere but Heavensreich, it gets fucking cold in the Dragonspine. So you may want to stop in town when you do get to the town for some winter clothes. Although Farhad, I believe you already picked some up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I, I have a whole new set of clothes. The hat's the same, but everything else is different. I'm wearing. I swapped out. I'm wearing aviators top to bottom. I've got pitch black suit, like southern tux with silver trim. I've got diamond cufflinks. I got brand new boots with spurs on them. The boots don't make any footsteps when I step on them, but whenever I want it to, the spur makes that little jangle as it goes.
Mm-hmm.
The stealth mode is I just fucking muffle the spurs. That's it. And I have a cane now. I did decide to go with
Nice.
the cane.
Oh, you did get that? Okay.
I'm not gonna fucking spend 3 hours looking through the items while we're trying to do stuff, but I do
Yeah.
have the cane now.
All right. So you guys make way all the way out and around, and you notice that the forest, the petrified forest in which the archive resides, is now showing signs of life. There's just the faintest hint of green buds on the ends of some of the branches. Everything is still ashen and gray, but there's just the barest splash of color. As you Velt, you may remember the last time that you were here, there were some serious abnormal monsters in the area. They appear to have vacated
Okay.
or been cleared out. Yeah, you guys head out onto the road or into the fields, the wilds, and make your way north. Your first day of travel, you guys make it to the base of the river delta, kind of where the point, the tip of the arrow or the tip of the line I drew is.
Mhm.
Over here.
Nice.
You guys camp the night. You have camping equipment. I'm not gonna make you roll for checks because nothing here would matter. And the next day, you will be approaching the road, and the village of Tormir. Do you guys have any preparations you want to do before entering Tormir?
I am. Velt went through here before, right?
Velt has been through here. Yeah.
So, Velt, I believe it was.
Yes.
2 questions. One, when you passed through the town prior, was there anything we should look out for? Any tides you saw turning? Maybe some anti-racial sentiments or anti-magic sentiments that are popping up? Because it seems to be when we leave a place for just under a month, we come back and they've gone full blown.
I would on a range of like, I don't know, before Storvaldi Solaris took over and after, I would probably say anywhere between 30 to 60%, which is a large range, because I'm not sure if the Pralam Dynasty is thinking the same thing, expanding and collecting all of these territories. I wouldn't think they are. So on that note, I would say you'd probably get a fuss, you'd probably get weird eyes, and there might be the occasional caravan that's trying to ship goods, because this is a farming place. They probably ship all the farming goods from here to the Crimson Court. So any of those caravans might be funny, but otherwise, I think the people should be all right.
All right, let's try to take it peaceful if we can. Let's try to avoid any overt magical effects. Should we go into there? As he says this, he's putting his cane into his new bag of holding that's just opposite his gun. Is just a little, thigh pouch. And he just sort of puts it all in there, Mary Poppins style. Takes off his glasses, puts it in there, takes off gloves that were invisible until he took them off and stuffs them in there. Starts reaching through his pockets and putting various magic items in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, you got it.
Also, Velt and let's see, Velt, you're an elf. You could quite easily hide your pass as human, albeit a thin and kind of high cheekboned one, by hiding your ears.
Yeah,
I'm
look
not
human.
going to be able to hide a fucking thing. I'm not going to be there for under an hour.
Oh,
No, just crouch.
just crouch.
Not crouch, slouch.
Yeah, Farhat, you're pretty unmistakably not fully human.
I can disguise kid his face.
Oh, we had you figure.
He's a perfectly normal human, a 9 foot tall, 400-pound human.
I mean, you're not 9. You're like 7.5 feet, I thought.
Oh no, I'm like upper. I was like 8 and some change. That's still like, could a human reach that height? Yes. Is it something that you would hear about? Absolutely. That's like Shaq and Yao Ming, and that's about the whole list. That's it. I mean,
Wait, hang on. What's your performance? You could like trick people to think that you're actually just two children in a trench coat.
it's not high enough for that. No, it's a -1. I'm gonna have to just lean on good nature here. Yeah, I'm gonna put the strap over my gun. Just buckle that down. Just make sure my shield's away. I just look like a dude in a suit that got a gun, but that's it. We could still be armed. Just don't look like you went there for war. I say that looking at Despero, who is probably right now brandishing his weapon, just like giving him a silent plea.
He kind of side eyes you and Matthias, and then they both put away their weapons simultaneously. Although they're still very much visible on their hip or back.
Are they wearing stuff to cover their tattoos? Because that could also be a point.
Yes, they are. So they've both
Okay.
geared up for winter.
Okay, good.
Matthias is actually wearing most of a bear.
Uh-huh.
And Despero had in his traveler's pack winter clothes that are long sleeved. They're tighter.
Okay. Who else do we have that's magically inclined?
I
That's
am,
it.
but I can hide most of it.
Okay. Yeah, that should be. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We're all gonna look very odd. I look at real. They ain't never seen nothing like you. That ain't gonna change.
Out of disguise. I can hold on to this. Just bring me to an inn. Then I can change up real good.
There you go.
All right. Anyone else need anything? Going once, going twice.
Just fabricating my clothing to winter gear.
Sure.
Does that hat do anything for a hat, or is it just a cool hat?
It is my hat.
All right.
You know, Jack Sparrow hat. It's his.
You can't have my hat.
Oh no. I wouldn't dream of it. Just sometimes I hear certain hats are like, oh, this hat could like change worlds. It's like, okay, that's cool.
You know, I saw quite a few of those in the market, but I asked them if they could put that on my hat. They said they could break down my hat and make a hat that looks like it with the same effect. I said no go. So here's the hat I got.
Nice.
But let's see what happens when we get in there. Could
Okay.
find the unprepared fucking Hallow. Oh my god.
Alrighty.
All right. So as you guys walk into town, you guys cross the bridge, and it's just a short. It's maybe another 2 miles to town. Um, and you see very plainly against the kind of overcast sky and in the faint snowfall, you see quite a number of dark shapes flying down out of the sky and landing um, on the tallest building you can see in town. As you approach, you can make a perception check for me, whoever's the highest, which is probably Velt now.
You got it,
Ooh,
baby.
is it? Hell
See.
yeah.
That's a 1 plus 14. Um,
Yeah, I have advantage plus 10. He has plus 14.
um, yeah, so you actually so the plus 14 is technically a better roll because advantage is worth 3.5.
No shit. Okay.
Yep. Half of a standard deviation. Yeah, so Velt, you see them for sure, and you still technically don't fail even with a natural 1. You get bronze medal information out of it. These are very clearly the oh my god, their name just escaped my mind. The Wyvern Air Force.
Yeah. Those people.
Oh my god, they have a great name.
I
Take
can
your time.
search for it.
Nope, hang on, I'm scrolling through their notes.
These are problems, Air Force. Then
They're the Prowloom Dynasty,
Ah, the bird fuckers.
oh,
Los
boy.
Termondur, the Los Termondur.
Yes, that thing.
These guys.
Them Icelandic names.
Yep. Known as Dread Knights by the civilians. They fly on these black wyverns, with black cloaks and black winged wyverns, that they raise from hatchlings. They are known far and wide for their air superiority. You see probably 7 of them landing, diving down and landing on a tower top as you guys are walking into town. And the same kind of sleepy town that you remember is a little bit of light, actually. There's a small amount of what appears to be festivity going on. The windows are lit with a not a religious symbol, but a 13 candles, or sorry, 11, 13, 11 candled menorah looking dealio. But those of you who have been here, actually, you guys can make a religion check for me. That's a check that I don't have to tell you straight off.
Huh. Yep.
Go for it.
I don't know. I was
Despero.
well. He just
Despero.
said roll religion, so I just rolled religion without thinking if I had the best, because I guarantee I don't.
Despero is technically trained.
Why is Despero trained?
He's not only is he from this region, he is trained in religion.
Okay.
So, well, real, you certainly know. The 11 candles symbolize the 11 legendary humans upon which the Prowloom dynasty bases their not religion, but their substitute for religion. They base these legendary people as virtuous of a particular virtue, and kind of like Greek gods, they recognize them as not flawless by any stretch of the imagination. They were awful, but they did one thing really good. Such is named Ares, the general who took over who instigated the coup that established what is now the Prowloom dynasty about 200 years ago. So you see these symbols popping up in windows, and the town is kind of alight. There's happy puffs of smoke rising from chimneys, and a general air of joviality as kids kind of run around in the snow and have a snowball fight. And as you guys head into town, Velt, you remember the last time you saw this town, it was buried. The center of this town was halfway under a ghostly tower of the forgotten prison that had been here. But now that you see it as a whole, it's a happy little farming community. As you guys come in, you see those coming down from a large tower. The largest building in town is a roosting tower for these wyverns that kind of hang off the sides at various points, almost vertical, but almost like bats, looking like bats with their front legs outstretched or their wings clinging onto the to the lips that they hang from. And you see coming down from the tower a number of guards taking off their helmets. These dread knights, they look imposing and big and scary, some of them, but a couple of them take off their helmets and like put them back onto the handle of a weapon on their over their shoulder, and like unclip one side of their cape so it's hanging down just like a tabard flag. And they kind of calmly waltz into town, bringing out they all have like a water skin or a wine skin, that they're kind of cheersing people on the way in, and people are like bowing to them and nodding to them as friendly and familiarly. Yeah, in the center of town, as you guys approach, certainly an odd arrangement of characters, but most of you look human enough right now. You see a sparkle of something go by over a rooftop, and a couple of the guards that you're kind of passing by they kind of look at each other slightly alarmed and start not running, not even power walking, but just making their way into the center of town. You see that sparkle go by again and a flash of red with it. And as you guys now have the attention on it, you see another large flare of sparks and colors go by in the beyond one of the rooftops. And as you do, you hear a faint woo, woo of the crowd, and a brief bit of applause. Yeah, as you round the corner, you see flying high above the heads of the crowd this flash of red diving in between rooftops with this pattern, this sparkling. God damn it! A fucking phone call from somebody I need to talk to. Now's the time. Let me talk to him. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
So instead of a Halloween one shot, we're getting a Christmas one shot.
It's
I'm killing Santa.
What do you mean? Let's put his bag of holding inside of my bag of holding. See what happens.
There's
No.
actually rules written in for that, by the way.
I know.
In the
I know.
description.
That's the whole point.
Oh,
Literally, Job was talking about it with Chase after last session if he could do something like that, and Chase is like, no.
But
can,
rope
it
trick,
just
rope
has-
trick,
so
rope trick
hard.
is different than an item. If you put an item inside an item, it's fine. But rope trick doesn't create an item; it just opens a space.
Yeah, but Chase literally said it's the same thing.
Yeah, but why would they call? Why would they call the bag the ethereal plane, but then call the rope trick bag an extra dimensional space without just being so easily the same space using the
Plane. It's half a plane.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the rules also apply if it's a pocket dimension as well.
Yeah.
That's fine. It just means I can never use rope trick, or I can, just not personally.
Not with a bag of holding and fucking what is it, 10d10 damage and throwing some asshole in a ethereal plane. So boop, see ya.
I mean, you make
Dude.
that sound like a bad thing.
I mean, trying to make a bomb out of this?
No, but if you wanted to remove somebody, there you go.
He's an artificer. He is trying to make a bomb out of it.
It's brutal.
Dude, getting all these items moved over is going to be the biggest pain in the ass. Sentinel Shield is another one I need, but apparently it's only in the Dungeon Master side of things and not the player side of things, which is really dumb.
Good lord.
I mean, Chase might be able to make those modules visible to you. I'm not sure.
Either that or he just has to actually put the stuff in
I'm
there
really
with
hoping he doesn't have to manually put everything, because that would suck balls.
I mean, welcome to my life. I'll be right back.
Caltrops, I also got. Caltrops. Camel.
Hold on. Heyo. Made some rice and stew. Trying to think of something nice for dinner.
I have to go through 35 very small pages. Oh, oh yeah.
Big oof.
4 of 35. Page 5 of 35. Page 6 of 35. Oh no. Just random things aren't here.
Mhm.
Crowbar goes in. Crampons is not there. Water. There's globe. Oh, he has to mark it as public. Oh, yikes. Mhm.
Hello. Oh, good morning.
Hello.
I'm come to listen in to D&D is what I've come to do.
I do have the stream open too, Nikki.
Oh, excellent. I'm gonna listen in from here.
Sure. You can mute the stream
I'm
so
on
you
my
can at
phone
least.
and Twitch.
Yeah. Fair.
Twitch on my phone is very bad, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, fair enough.
listen in from here.
Nora was just like, I'm watching from my phone too, but I don't want to. I won't be chatting because I don't want Twitch to have my phone number. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Mm,
As long as you're listening in. Hi, Nora.
Mhm.
So have you guys started yet, or has it not?
Yeah, we have started.
Yeah.
Chase got a
Oh,
phone
okay.
call, so
Okay, so it's like a break. So I came in at exactly the right time.
Yeah.
Where's Gerber?
he said I need to excuse myself from tonight's session about half an hour before sesh. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's up, but I hope he's doing all right.
Yeah. Hope
Okay.
everything's okay.
Mhm.
Are you doing Devin?
Doing all right. Dragging items from one list to another list.
Items are
Page
giving Devin
8 of
issues right now
35.
in
D&D
Fantasy.
Beyond?
Fantasy Grounds.
Now, D&D Beyond, I've already got my whole thing set up. But in Fantasy Grounds, a bunch of items aren't public, so he would have to
Mhm.
explicitly go in and make them public.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not something I want to put on him. There's a lot of stuff. Coach.
So has your character gotten introduced yet, Christina?
Not yet, Nikki.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to not railroad it, but try to ask Chase pretty directly how we introduced your character, so it's not like
Don't
Nikki
worry.
waiting around for 3 sessions.
Don't worry about it. He's got it.
It only took Nikki a month and a half to be introduced. Like trying to avoid that from happening again.
That's all right. It do be like that sometimes.
It doesn't have to be like that though.
It really doesn't, but it is sometimes just like that.
I now have 2 rings, one identified and one not. Cool.
To be fair, right? Chase this time didn't hide any of the new characters for us. He literally said, as the DM, like, "Hey, I'm trying to introduce a character. It's that way. Go. Stop fucking shitting around. Go fight that because that's the new player character. Go."
Okay.
And we're like, "Ah, shit, fuck. All right, sweet, okay."
There are 5 pages of scrolls. Okay. now I got scrolls. What?
Isn't there a scroll for every spell below 5? Below 6?
I think so.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a lot of spells. Yo, I can pay with crypto. PayPal.
Come on. Spear, spellbook, sphere of annihilation, iron sphere, iron spike, spike armor. Splint, mistletoe, spyglass, stable staff. No rock, tree, I did get it in their pocket.
Hmm.
Wow, that is very, very few of the items. Cool. All right.
Do 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 do.
Rolling up, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing?
Good, I got to sleep in.
Good. Is Ori being silly as usual?
She woke me up this morning. So she always in the evening starts at the foot of my bed, but somehow ends up at the head of the bed with like her butt in my face.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know that, because sometimes our dogs do the same thing.
I didn't have to wake up early this morning. I actually got to, you know.
Nap time.
Yeah, it's the first time where I've actually gotten to sleep in and didn't have something in the morning, you know?
Well, at least that's nice. Um, jeez. I was gonna say something, but I completely lost it. Hate that.
I should draw a picture. Where's my iPad? Be right back.
Oh, okay. Did you get your sketch pad, Job?
Yeah, my iPad.
Nice.
Procreate is everything.
Samesies.
Like, I could pay a lot of money for Photoshop, or I could just pay $10 for Procreate.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of
Is-
money per month for Photoshop.
Yeah, this is optimal.
I would highly agree with you. number? Dog. Oh,
Man,
Oh.
there he goes. That's not good.
I'm sure it's fine. What is they gonna do? Delete us from this plane of existence? I don't think so. Ah,
Should probably have a be right back screen for
Eh,
this.
how often does this happen? Like
Not too
twice
often.
a session?
Yeah, maybe. Well,
Often enough to be a
I'll,
problem, but not enough to do something about it.
yeah, pretty much. I might work on something. It's gonna be stupidly simple, but
Yeah, it's fine.
see if it's worth the effort.
Either way, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Okay, hold on, doggies.
Okay. Welcome.
All right.
Welcome back.
I've been taking that man's call all week. That is literally all week. He was supposed to call me on Monday.
Mm.
That's a very good friend of mine from childhood.
Nice.
Chris.
Oh,
He's
crispy. Chris
no
P.
Chris Edward.
Chris
Edward,
G.
the
Yeah,
other one.
the good one.
The good one. Yeah, he and his wife they lost a child
Oh
last
no.
month. Their third
Uh.
kid. Their emergency C-section, and he died a couple hours later.
That's terrible. Sorry.
And I've been trying to get a hold of him for a month now.
Christina had to go attend to her dogs.
Okay.
Just, it was like less than 30 seconds from when you joined.
Yeah, I figured. All right. We're gonna juice back up. Get back in the mindset of not tragedy.
Oh, okay.
Oh. If we're leaving tragedy behind, have another
Chase.
Hi, Nikki. How's it going?
Good. I've come to listen in.
Oh, good. You want to play Despero for a little while?
Fuck,
Yeah, please. Can we
sure.
have a guest player?
Okay,
Thanks.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right, welcome back.
Sorry about that.
We're trying to
Oh,
get
no
Nikki
problem.
to play Despero.
We can do
Let me get into the Despero mindset real quick.
Oh boy.
Let me just get
Yeah,
some
go-
drool coming out. Let me get some drool
Yeah.
coming out of my mouth real quick. Hold
Go
on.
bonk yourself on the head real fast, and then we'll be good.
Let me just smash my head into the table until I lose about more
Yeah,
than half my IQ.
I mean, that would be one hit then.
Yeah. Aw,
Yikes.
Sorry.
Yikes. Yikes.
It's super effective.
Yikes. Yikes.
I saw it. I had to
Yikes.
take it.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Go play it.
All right. I'm back.
Welcome back.
So, as you guys enter town, you enter the edges of Tormir, you enter the outskirts, and nope, you're already inside more than that. Coming to the center of town, you see this flash of red, followed by a sparkling trail of these colors dancing across the sky, and you're wondering what the hell is going on until it passes directly overhead. I need real Despero. I need all of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Roll initiative. Got
Alright.
it.
Hold on. Let me join campaign really quick.
I can do Desperos. Well, you rolled a 4,
My roll is
and
wrong.
Matthias
Why is my
rolled
roll
an
wrong?
8.
Why is my roll
Real
wrong?
failed.
How do I edit
Felt.
my roll?
Your saves are calculated.
What the fuck is it not calculating that?
Well, is it not calculating a bonus?
It says I'm level 13. Is my robo protection active?
So the you'll have to go into
Go get him, Maury.
effects and set an effect on yourself.
Right,
I thought you did that
right.
for you
I
already.
did. I just didn't activate it because I forgot I have to do that
Actions,
every
yeah.
time. Yeah, I have to do that every single time. Forgot about it.
I am
Yeah.
on Fantasy Grounds. How do I get my
Oh.
hands on
I will
Despero?
I will clear owner. Now you can take him. Go to character selection and you can take him.
I'm good.
5. Yeah.
There
you-
he is.
If 25 didn't pass, why is the deity of mind control flying over us?
And you look up into the crowd and real Despero and Matthias all just, you guys are transfixed by the trail of sparkling lights and stars and all this beautiful imagery passing by overhead that just captivates you, and you kind of join the crowd in the ooh ah of the artistry that's being performed before you. Velt and Farhat both make a we'll go with perception for this.
Let's
Alright.
do it.
I couldn't get the item, so I'm going to manually enter the advantage. But
Sure. I mean, you'll still have to probably do that anyway.
Use those specialize.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Good job, Farhat.
Yeah, Velt, you see this incredibly acrobatic flight pattern, and this beautiful artistry being performed in front of you. Farhat, you sense a more you look and you see the details. This acrobat is flying through the air with this crimson cape, this red and black outfit with like a crimson cape flashing behind them, and swirling and almost behaving like a wingsuit itself, and kind of bolstering this person through the air. And they're blasted. They're moving fast, and this art form as they spiral up into the air, and spread their arms wide, with these two glamorous fans in their hand, and they kind of look down, and see your group approaching, and kind of they spiral down towards you with the pattern of lights washing over and through you.
can I get? Is their face covered? Could I see if
Their
they're
face is covered. They're wearing a mask.
Oh, shit. What is the mask
and-
depict? Just,
Tuxedo mask.
It's kind of like a domino mask, like a pointed, almost like yeah, it's more like a domino mask, with white highlights and this red and black accents.
Do
With they're wearing a finely tailored like acrobats, almost like a leotard, but it looks more like a suit. And they're zooming.
you said they noticed us and started spiraling our way?
they spiral your way and directly over your heads with this pattern of lights that then they sweep up and around. And as they spread the arms wide with the fans, the pattern expands around them in all directions, creating like a fireworks display in the sky.
Could I?
You also notice that Real, Despero, and Matthias are hopelessly transfixed. They're just staring. Like, kind of
Before I interrupt
boggling.
them, yeah, before I interrupt them from being, I'm guessing, transfixed, I want to do an insight on the crowd to see if there's any groups of people that are not transfixed.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll insight as you break contact and scan around real fast.
I think
21. Yeah, so you guys came in with a small group of those guards, those Los Tremandur guards. And the two of them next to you, they appear to have been, the effect has washed over them, and they appear to have resisted it, and they're just watching, and they're kind of like pointing up and like looking around the crowd, and they're smiling. One of them kind of elbows the other. You look through the crowd, and there are a number of them who are just mouth agape, just some of them like tears in their eyes, watching this performance. But some of them are just kind of standing back and like enjoying it passively.
interesting. Do I notice if the other guards and the Death Knights are also not transfixed?
Those Death Knights are the two that came in with you, kind of next to your group, and they're not transfixed. They're just enjoying it.
Okay, but the guards, it just seems to be a general
A
smattering. of people
smattering,
that
not
don't,
everybody,
right?
but a pretty 70% of the people in this crowd are transfixed, amazed.
Okay.
Yeah,
And seeing that it's fairly random, I'm not going to try and hide it and just sort of shake are the people are shake Real out of it and then smack Despero and Matthias in the back of the head, get them out of it. To see if that
yeah, you kind of just give them each a one tap on the back of the head. Despero kind of, what is it? And Matthias comes around like teeth bared for a second. And, oh, it's you. Yeah, Real.
I'm still. He shakes me out of it, but I'm still in awe.
Okay.
It's pretty.
Yeah, and with a final dive, this little red flare flies up into the sky and then dives down, with the pattern all swirling around them, and a light on top of the empty fountain that's in the center of the town square. And you guys see, Christina. Would you describe yourself?
Okay. You see a woman, just under 6 feet tall, slender, lean build. As you said, kind of a leotard type outfit that looks also kind of like a suit. The cape she was wearing was it was a cape for a moment, but it was turned into kind of almost bat-like wings, and then it kind of, as she lands, it folds up and turns back into a cape. She's wearing kind of thigh-high, like bright red boots. There you go. Yeah, picture. And she kind of looks interested in your group and is specifically kind of taking interest in Velt, and it's kind of like looking him up and down a little bit. Well. Never seen you folk around here.
The crowd kind of collapses on you in awe as soon as she gets the words out. The crowd kind of collapses, and they're throwing roses, they're throwing a little bit of coin, they're throwing like they're wildly just excited, and a kind of sorry, I gotta get back to my notes. A kind of portly man comes up the side, and oh god damn it, I fucking moved my notes around. There we go. This kind of portly like mutton chops dude in a kind of a very sweaty t-shirt, a very sweaty like shop apron, kind of climbs his way up onto the edge of the fountain, starting to, like, his foot or his hand nearly grabbing onto your foot before he actually grabs onto the fountain itself, and he comes up and that's the beginning of the festival. He's already sloshed, you can tell. The beginning of the festival. Good night, everyone. And he just falls over into the crowd. And they cheer and pick him up and carry him back off. And you can see clearly from the interior of this town square a large inn that is busting with people right now. Anybody who's not in the square watching the performance is in there, and the crowd oohs and ahs over this fantastical dancer. There's about 5 minutes of this before the crowd kind of gets distracted by the next festival event, and there's food and there's drink and there's celebration going on, and the guards, there are like regular guards in town, but they look pretty
Sloshed.
yeah, they're pretty sloshed already, and they appear to just be like townsfolk in armor. Whereas the Death Knights that came down, they're drinking water, and they're the ones actually doing security for this place.
The Death Knights that were next to us, I just want to kind of casually lean over, sort of as a pseudo introduction, so it doesn't look like we're weaseling in the back way. Just, it looks like all the folk around here are looking for the bottom of that bottle real quick, ain't they?
They do every year.
What's the occasion? I don't remember marking anything on the calendar.
Out of town, are ya?
I sort of gesture to my clothes and say, "Well, how'd you figure that?" Obviously, not trying to be snarky. Just
Yeah. He looks you up and down. Nice. I can't think of the word I was going to use.
Nice
Nice
talk.
digs.
Sorry.
Nice.
Sorry.
The fine suit.
Oh, thank you very much. The armor is none too shabby itself. I barely heard it clank at all on the way in.
We silence it. He kind of stretches his arms out and like bares his chest, and it doesn't make a sound at all.
No shit. Is that pattern, or you got a smithy making that custom for you?
Well, Smithy makes it custom. We get the good stuff.
Wow.
Anyway,
like-
this is the celebration of the tributes, and he gives you a name in Icelandic that I can't find in my notes right now.
Wait, hold on. Icelandic is supposed to be close to giant. Do I actually know what it means?
Roll a history check.
Oh yeah, okay. So you could have just said no, but
Could have just said no.
oh, never mind.
That's
actually.
pretty fucking good. Yeah. So the words that he uses. Let me actually pull it up because I'll have to search it. I'm searching. I have to search my 150 pages of notes.
I'd like to point out I rolled a 21 choice.
Here's Dagger. Yeah, I wrote this a while ago. Here's Dagger, which just literally means the day of tribute. And it sounds like it's got the same roots as giant language. Yeah.
Huh.
And from your 21, you kind of realize that this place, like where you are on the map, this place wasn't an empire last you knew. And what was here was a bunch of kind of nomadic tribes of giants and human kind of what would be considered barbarians, and other tribes like the Costa Kernaya and the Voin. So whatever language these people have, it likely stemmed from with giant as an influence in its roots.
Where's that? That's giant. That's my neck of the woods. Well, where'd you guys get a name like that for this?
It's he kind of looks up at you and like, yeah, I suppose you are. Well, it's part of the culture around here. It's how the language evolved, I suppose.
Oh, hey, you won't hear me complain. You know how often it goes before I hear someone say that and someone else doesn't say Gesundheit?
You'll find plenty of places to speak with people with thick accents like yours.
Oh, I imagine you won't find many with an accent like mine, but I appreciate the thought. Y'all have a wonderful festival.
He He kind of the other one's kind of like looking at you like quizzically, but the guy that you're talking to is just okay, whatever. Um,
I'm gonna turn to Velt. So about that person you charmed merely by walking into the room. Would you like to discuss that?
yeah, and at this point, actually, it's been about the dancer has kind of shooed off the fans to the next event and is approaching you from the fountain.
Yeah, we should contact that dancer. They seem to be interested for one reason or another.
I seem to be also interested for definitely another reason.
I
Damn
see
it.
that. Say, real normally I turn you down on the kind of your depravity, but I got the intentions that those two have their own plans. I'd say you probably should stay out of it on this one.
I mean, I'm not opposed to threesomes, but I should ask for them, right?
Oh boy.
At the very least, let's try not to do that. We just met them. We are just meeting them. We haven't even met them. We're meeting them right now.
Okay.
I'm in a nice mood from the giant speak and the music and stuff. Just sort of see her walking over. Love the show. Great show. Please stop trying to get into their minds. It's very shallow in there.
Hmm?
Yeah, I want to chat about the Death Knights after, though, Farhad, if that's cool. But let's get our introductions out of the way.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
Sorry. Okay, so I am Vault Lunarset. Hello. This is my ragtag group of buddies. Let them introduce themselves.
Well, my name's Farhat. This here's real. Do not be alone in a room with her for extended periods of time, if you can help it.
Unless you want to be.
Those
I wink.
I am Despero of the Voine. How was my impression of Jared? Was it okay?
That was
It's
pretty
great.
good.
That's great. That's
Thank you,
great.
thank you. I appreciate it.
and
try
the
my
one next to him is Matthias, also of the Voe. Couldn't tell that they were staring at you absent-minded until I saw the drool was a little longer than usual.
Oh shoot.
Yeah,
was
he just
that?
kind of goes.
Oh, that's a problem. I did not mean to make the flash that close. Oopsies. I will have to make note of that for next time. Apologies.
But it was a wonderful show. Don't ever take that again. But you just stay a little higher. It's beautiful. You got the whole crowd loving it. You got that man slosh faster than I've ever seen a human intake that amount of liquid.
Oh, it's what I do. I'm a performer. Well, one of my traits. Sorry,
boy.
I'm being rude. Scarlet Tombs at your service, and she kind of gives a little dainty bow. Now,
I take off my hat and follow and mimic it.
at this point, she kind of takes off her mask and kind of files it away. She kind of has a little bit of red makeup, kind of around her eyes, and they're kind of a hazel color. But view, and she points up with a belt. I am very interested in you.
Okay, may I ask why?
I recognize your robes. You're from
Robes. Oh,
you're from Barhoven, right?
Xiaomei. I believe so. If you're from Xiaomei, then yes, indeedy.
Partially. Anyway, it's a very long story that I would rather not share in public. But I am very curious if you've been back home very recently.
No, and I would like to go soon based on recent events. I'm not sure how much you know.
I know
What's on
nothing.
there?
I'll be honest. I know nothing. Uh,
Okay.
I haven't been there in, well, just over 20 years.
For 20 years. Huh.
But
Yeah, Velt. You as a note, you're like 21, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, we found ourselves a cougar.
Wow.
she's not that old.
That's
You don't
mean-
happen to have a reservation of an inn or some sort that we could all by chance hitch, would you?
I
Yeah,
have
there's a big popular yet?
I've actually have something a bit better if you, well, if you are willing to trust me.
Yeah,
I'd be
I
more
mean,
concerned with your trust of us. Ooh,
yeah.
a lot of people you never seen before.
Well, I've seen lots of strange folk. I've been on the road for a very long time. I've been hearing a lot of rumors of yes, so Varys. And she kind of like, yeah, as she kind of spits out the words a little bit.
Straveldi Solaris.
Oh, right.
And the going ons down further south. I do have business I've been wanting to attend to there, but currently can't get anywhere near the city.
Would not recommend it. Wouldn't you say so, Vel? It's probably not a great place to go.
Strongly agree. Do not go there right now. It is
Well,
very Storveldi Solaris right now.
I do hope to try to change that from whatever I can do out here. But I have several tests. I was actually heading more towards the dynasty first. I have something I must grab there. Something that I think you would be interested too, cousin.
Oh, you're part of the lunatic family.
Mother was, is.
Okay.
But the dynasty has something of ours that I don't think they should have.
Oh,
But
that is not good.
yes, very much so. So I plan to change that. So you look like the troublemaker type. Well, all of you do.
I would love to make trouble with you.
Why do you sound muffled?
I covered my mouth. I covered my mouth with a towel.
They're
I currently
trying.
have him in a headlock.
Well, I was planning on maybe hitching a ride with a party to head in with supplies, but you you lot seem very, very capable. If you're heading in that direction, anyway.
Yes, we are. We are indeed heading to the dynasty. We are not there to make as many friends as we would like.
Unfortunately, no.
Speak for
Yeah.
yourself.
Well,
Oh boy, good luck with that.
I can agree with you with her that, in the terms of the friend making. But
Whereabouts in the dynasty are you looking for that item of yours?
it is in the capital.
You happen to have an inkling where? We also got a business in the capital, and I'm thinking if we grab our thing first, it's going to make it a hell of a lot harder to grab yours.
I do have Inkling, in one of the little museums that they claim to find their artifacts and not steal. So I'm planning on borrowing it back.
Now, when you said capable, did you have the incorrect assumption that we're good at stealth? Velt here, very good, can practically blend in with shadows. The other three here, myself included, we stand out a bit.
You
I got
do,
something to help a little bit with that.
you do, but having, how you say, big muscle in the back, just in case shit hits the proverbial fan.
Yeah. This is good. This is good.
I mean, sure. So to give you the shorthand, he's quiet. This one here is halfway decent with magic, but like I said, don't be alone in the room with her. Those two over there are halfway to a toddler winter together. When they are apart, I'm not responsible. And I have recently come under the purview of the religious maid.
Good to know. I would say who would have noticed my brooch by now, Chase?
Velt and both Velt and Farhat.
You do notice that there's the kind of the brooch on her necklace. It is a symbol of the arc heart.
The Arc Hearts. So
That
I
sounds
know what that
familiar.
is. But
The-
would you like to know what it is?
The Arkheart is one of the recognized deities of Heavensreich.
Right.
The erudite of the Arkheart are the crafters of the city, including
Mm.
Max. I just made myself sad.
Oh, Chase.
No, it's not for what you think, but it's
Oh.
because my friend Chris's child was named Max.
Oh,
I know.
Sorry. Shit, I'm gonna have to change his name now.
Sam.
Yeah, all the crafters in Heavensreich are under the Coralon is the typical elvish name for the deity, or the Arkheart.
That thing you got on your neck, I saw that around the forge. Vel, you know more about that city than I do. What does that mean?
Generally, the erudite was kind of like the law. People, we kind of judged people on
No,
whether or
not
not.
that. No. Different.
That's not the erudite.
The Erathis, the Aerith
Oh,
Guard.
Arath does that. Okay, so erudite are more of the crafters then.
Yeah.
So you remember Max,
Okay.
big dude. Yeah. So they're generally really good at making their craft, and they really like making their craft too.
Oh,
knows
the
what-
ones that were in on house arrest that were a step above poverty in the city. I remember now. Yes. You do not want to go to the city right now.
Not
Can't
right
emphasize that
now.
enough.
It is that bad there, though?
They had them locked in a glorified log cabin under heavy guard from lieutenants and above, and they had monks roaming around. They tried to kill you, Velt. If I recall, they saw him in the streets and said, "Let's send a kill squad to his house."
Yeah, the
Oh,
Solarians.
way.
I don't know what's up with that. We'll have to out on the way.
They will find
We'll hope we
any
don't have to meet them here.
They will find any excuse to be cruel. Anyway.
And
Anyway.
So what is it that you do? Shorthand. I'm not asking you to lay low all your secrets. Lay down your hand. Just a quick shorthand, so we could try to slot you in if fight breaks out.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Some of the more magical of nature. And I'm a performer, so I can easily distract if you need. But we should talk business over a meal, correct?
Yes.
Yes. You're not the only one that needs some privacy right now, I'm afraid.
Alright, follow me, and she'll, I think, probably take them to a little more secluded part of the town where she has her stuff set up.
Absolutely.
Kind of a more on the outskirts, kind of down a little bit of an alley, so it's like, okay, this looks good. Then she's gonna dig through one of her pockets, and let's see, let's check this out. Let me check something really quick.
Well, after seeing her cast magic so openly, I'm going to take out some of my magic items, slip on gloves that disappear, put on my aviators again.
Kind of surprised at the tolerance of magic over here. So you've
this
been to the
is-
Prolin Dynasty?
Only on the outskirts due to obvious reasons. But I do not intend it to stay that way for long. You see her pull out a little kind of ivory statue, a little bit of marble, and a silver spoon, and she kind of has in her hand. She holds them out, and suddenly they kind of lift up and start dancing a little bit in her hands before settling down, and you see a kind of crimson curtain kind of suddenly appear in front of her. Well, what are you waiting for? Come on in. And she's gonna step in.
You guys follow?
Yeah,
I'm
this
gonna
isn't.
hit a quick detect magic before I walk through that.
All right. Yeah, your eyes light up, and this place glows like the fucking sun. This is a heavy concentration of, I believe, conjuration magic.
Let me double check. Yep, conjuration.
I'm pretty sure it's conjuration.
Yep.
So it's not a pocket dimension or anything, right? I'm not gonna just explode the moment I step foot in.
You can find out.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Chase,
I'm gonna go hand in hand with the Farhat.
No, fuck that. I'm verbally calling out.
everything's
Dom?
crafted except for Jared had questions about some stuff he wanted. He gave me one of the things, but I don't remember the other two.
Okay. I shot down one of his items and I okayed the other.
He wanted 2 tattoos after that.
Oh,
So I
Interesting.
don't. Yeah.
How is, but he's already covered in tattoos. How is that
I
gonna?
don't
hey,
know.
you can find some spare skin in there
I
somewhere, I'm
told him
sure.
to ask Chase about it, so I don't.
Yeah, he did not. He didn't ask me about the tattoos yet.
Put him
Okay.
on his butt.
And he bailed on tonight's. He bailed on
Yeah,
tonight's
yeah,
game.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't think his penis was tattooed.
I mean, you don't know.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, you would.
Technically, I would.
Did I get my belt of strength? Can I put that on my character sheet?
For
Did you have
Kind
the
Ball?
spare essence Dom for
Yes,
Kindbells?
you
Okay.
get your kind of because no one else wanted to use the very rare essence. So congratulations.
There you go. Very good.
Okay, so
Fire
Oh,
Giant
you're in my
strength.
party.
yeah, so you made the Amulet of the Devout +3,
Holy shit.
You actually do?
or did you make the +2?
I think we made the
Well,
+2.
I
We
think you
cannot
made
make
the
the +3.
We can't make the +3.
Could you
So
make the +2
Farhat,
for
you have
me?
the +2.
Well, I already
Okay.
had a +2. So
Oh.
Okay, well, I mean, if he doesn't have the plus, if he already had a +2, I'll take the +2 for my item.
Plus two
I
all-purpose
think you
tool.
made. Did you make that one too?
No,
I-
it's kind of late edition. It was the all-purpose tool that I linked.
I did not make that. I did not have. If you add it to the, if you send it to me, oh, you put it in.
I put it in
the chat.
Uber.
Well, so then it'll be.
I
It'll
didn't-
be.
It didn't. I didn't think you meant it as a.
Oh,
We
no,
can just-
You actually wanted, because usually you say, actually, I can craft that, and I go.
Oh no,
okay."
that's not one of the ones I could make. I can make
Yeah.
all the enchantment items. I can't make the actual items from scratch. That's your thing.
yeah, I asked for Mithril Halfblade +1 and the Amulet of Devout +3.
You sure you don't want a +2 Mithril?
Yeah.
I know you have 21. That's
I
fine. but-
We don't have this
that's
the spells for or the know-how the mats
2
for.
we do, not 3.
Yeah, we're not that late game yet.
Yeah. So
we don't. We cannot make any +3 anything.
so Job, you might as well just take the amulet, or
The-
we'll just turn that Amulet of the Devout into the 2+2 all-purpose tools.
True, sure, thanks.
Same materials. I don't
So
give a
we'll
fuck. That's fine.
assume, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Austin, you have a wand of magic missiles.
Oh shit.
Which
Is
I'm
yeah.
going to cost it as the bow of magic missiles. So you're going to pay the bow price for the wand of magic. Congratulations, because I could not find the wand of magic.
Wow. okay.
Which you gave me all your money, so it's your fine. Or did you give me all your money?
Hell yeah, I
Is it
give
more?
all 3,500 that I.
Yeah,
got.
you. Whatever you want is yours.
Yeah.
We make every.
You're gonna have to figure it out to type this in.
Yeah.
You
We'll,
want me
we'll
to actually roll on some of the harder stuff, or would we assume?
I'll assume so you guys have the time, so you can take 10 on most of these checks.
So the belt is the one that
You'd have
has
to
a
rare
DC
on.
of 23. And in theory, if people blessed me multiple times and I took 10, then I have 10 smithing, and then you.
Well, so
you
take
bless-
10 smithing plus your wisdom. Oh no, that includes your wisdom.
Yeah.
And then like guidance and the advantage from
So
the
in
help.
theory, if everyone did everything that they could to help me make it, I would make it. Plus, I have one in front of me. Does that? count
Yeah,
at all
yeah,
for
that
the-
does lower the DC. Yeah.
Okay.
Is Real able to make a +3 Amulet of the Devout if we find the components for it?
The components for it include like a
I
ninth.
we need a 9th level spell. I can make it for you. I can't get the 9th level spell.
Yeah, that
No
that
one
stuff
can-
is more him. That's more Uguay. I can enchant items.
If
That's more my thing.
if you can find 9th level spells, and I asked Chase, can we buy it, and he said no, there's not any to buy.
There's
which
nobody.
that's
There's
completely
nobody.
fair.
Yeah, there's nobody selling 9th level spell scrolls.
That's some rare ass shit.
Okay. Well, if I find a legendary piece of gear or a 9th level spell, I'll try to work on
You
it.
can get so the
Unless-
legendary gear pieces of gear you could get the essence from, or other
I-
legendary creatures.
I-
But the ninth level spell is what really hurts.
I
Okay.
literally have everything but the 9th level spell.
Ah,
Like
yeah.
we have everything but the.
And
We just
That's
gotta
why
like the
we also
fucking
can't
angler-
make a higher level belt than the belt
Yeah.
we were making is.
we just
Shoot.
gotta kill the right people, you know. I mean, talk to the right people, because you know this is a good party.
Kill them
So
and loot their
every-
corpses, yeah.
Everyone assume they have everything outside of Jared. Jared cannot assume that because I don't know exactly what he wants. I know he wants an Ioun stone.
The
for
Ioun stone is
charisma.
the easiest one to make.
So then he gets it. That's fine.
Yeah.
That'll be.
The other item he can't get because it's not craftable. It's only like findable. And his tattoos, I'm pretty sure you don't have a tattoo kit.
I was gonna say I can make something that
Make it
can
tattoo kit.
facilitate a. Yeah.
You know, right tool for the job. I could have just
Hmm,
made,
bro.
I actually said
and I'm a
specifically
proficient in it.
Tam or I can help assist Tam or
Yeah.
Riel to, since Riel can concoct the ink.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So
uh,
I'll talk to Jared about the tattoos and if they require attunement or not, because he already has one that requires attunement.
I'll look
says
at
Nikki.
another item.
Hey yo, Nikki,
Hey, yo, what's good?
what tattoos does Jared want?
I don't fucking know.
He wants tattoos of Kindball. All right, he's getting tattoos of Kindball.
Oh, so if you're talking about Jared's aesthetic, right? I know what tattoos he wants in his future.
No.
No, in game, in game. On Despero, on Despero.
Oh, okay. I know what tattoos he wants. I don't know what tattoos Despero wants.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
assume any
figure it out when
Okay,
Jared's back.
sorry.
Thanks,
didn't mean
Dom.
to
No,
cut
you're
you
good.
off.
So yeah.
Thanks.
Copy that.
So yeah, Scarlett, go ahead.
So as you kind of push past the curtain, you enter a pretty large room. It looks pretty much like the inside of a giant tent with all the fabrics kind of coming down from the ceiling and making up the ceiling. But there's also kind of dangling chains with lots of lanterns that are lit and are lighting up the room. But the ground is solid and nice, and there's kind of Gothic Victorian furniture kind of lining the main hall here. And you can see kind of the walls are kind of also lined with cloth, but you can see there's like different colored cloths kind of marking other rooms that kind of part off from it. And you can kind of hear a little bit of like violin music playing as you enter. And it's nice and warm and cozy in here. Come in. Take it easy.
You,
Oh,
you,
if I
s-
come
you see a
in before I
cane.
die.
You see a cane push apart the curtains at the front. Not to besmirch what good graces you are giving us, but is this something that would cause a bag of holding some concern?
Would I know this? I would assume I do.
I would assume you do, given your yeah. So you it's safe for bags of holding and similar items.
You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry. It's
Hey,
its
you heard
own-
that reel? You're fine. Go on in.
Oh, thanks. I come in and I start undressing now. I don't. I come in.
Oh my fucking god.
As soon as he crosses the threshold, I sort of wince away. And I'm like, all right, let's go.
Real strolls right in.
walk in. Well, it's a very nice dance you got going on in here. You make it yourself.
Yes, very much so. But if this is going to be how you say long term, if you want anything in particular, be sure to let me know, and then I can see if I can add it in.
No, I try to carry everything I need on it. And as I say that, I pull up my immovable rod that's just mixed with one of the staffs of adornment, so it's just a little cane, but the back end of it's hooked. I put it in the air and click a switch on the handle, and then put my hat on the hook and walk away from it.
Curious. But yes, sit down. And she's gonna kind of show you to like a little, I guess would be like a living room type area. There's cushions and pillows kind of everywhere, so it's very, very cozy. and a little bit of a fireplace, kind of with a sparkling crimson flame going.
So, how do you go about moving this whole lot when you go from place to place? No offense, but you don't seem like someone that's more sedentary. You seem like you're drifting on the road.
Ah, this is where I stay. It's if the if the door is not there, this place does not exist. If that makes sense. I just make it each time.
No, I get it.
Uh,
Huh.
Well,
no,
that's
you
a whole
can't
lot better than the
really
average tent.
you can't really take anything out of here though. It's if it's made in here, it stays in here.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So it's not like I can
What?
take all these cushions and sell them to a local merchant for money. Doesn't work that way.
But if we eat food in here and then walk out, is it still in our stomachs?
Yes,
you will Yes.
still be fed.
Okay,
Yes, so
good. Yeah.
do not worry for that.
Real, what have I told you about trying to put one thing inside of another that's just going to cause an explosion?
Don't worry, there will be no explosions. Speaking
There's
of,
going to be some explosions. I saw you flying around.
I can make explosions if you want, but in when it comes to this abode, no. Anything
Well-
anyone wants in particular?
Map of the local area will probably be best.
What time of day is it?
It's like evening. You guys got to town right
Oh,
about
okay,
evening.
cool. Cool. Yeah, I'd still like to check in.
Yeah, so you guys can have dinner, and
Yeah,
what form do your servants take?
Oh man, that's a good question. I didn't get a chance to think about that. I forgot about the servants.
Is that like not quite carnies, but like circus
Goofies.
folk, like Cirque du Soleil,
Yeah,
um,
kind of
actors and trapeze artists, and
Yeah, and they do like
I was thinking like the opera,
they're
makeup
rugbies.
style stuff.
I would say more
Yeah,
Cirque du
like-
Soleil and
yeah,
Okay.
so like trapeze artists are delivering your food, and bringing and these fantastic acrobats are like diving over each other and just appearing out of nowhere. And you guys all sit in these beautifully appointed like chaise lounges and the equivalent of like medieval bean bags and like big soft cushions and pillows and fabrics and furs.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to run medieval bean bags by me again.
Medieval bean bags, like a giant fucking cushion that's really soft.
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
Have you seen like I forget what it's called. Jacob's house had one. It's a couch, but it's not a couch. It's one giant fucking beanbag. It's got a name. Whatever. It's like a 10-foot long, 6-foot tall beanbag. That's like just a big ass comfy thing. Shapeless.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, this entire place is as comfy as can be, and you're being served as soon as you think of like food, it's served. And as soon as you think of like drink, there's a drink on the table next to you. Just delivered by a spinning acrobat or a ballerina dancing away. The place is wonderful.
Well, this has been delightful, Scarlet. Is this area private from more than just normal eyes?
from prying of eyes. Let me double check the spell.
It is not on the plane. It is not on the prime material plane, so you can't scry into it.
Yeah,
Not easy to
no,
do, yeah.
no
The
spells.
doorway can be turned invisible.
Yeah, as soon as everybody enters, she vanishes it, so no prying eyes.
Okay.
Oh, neat.
It's
Yeah, so you guys are. This is for all intents and purposes. This is a Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Mhm.
got it.
Yeah, if you wanted more privacy, I could tack on Mordekainen's private sanctum.
And I could put Sanctuary of the Gods on top of it. Just-
Ain't nothing getting in.
locked down. It nothing but anything that I allow is allowed in here. So
Well,
no,
if we
no.
get down to the brass tacks, what is it in particular that you're looking for?
Well, it is an artifact of mine and Velt's people, stolen from the homelands and being proudly displayed as an artifact of power or somewhat. I didn't get too much information other than it belonged to the priests and priestesses of home.
So is it a weapon? Are we have to? Are we gonna? Am I gonna get there and find a person in chains and say, "Ah, yes,
It
this
is
is
an
the object of
artifact.
power"? Or what?
It is an artifact, not a
Sound-
person.
You know, it's not a crown of some sort, right?
Would I know?
is
if
not.
It is no, no. It is not the crown.
It is. It is not.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I had a
So-
bad experience with one of those, but
So you're looking for an artifact in a museum. We are looking for something of not to belittle what you're looking for, but potentially more far-reaching consequence should we not find it.
Well,
Problem is its location.
well, you itch my back, I itch yours. I do not mind.
I think that's a fair trade.
Oh, but we'll definitely have to get yours first and as quiet as can be, because it will be very difficult to get into the throne room if they're on high alert after a heist.
Hmm.
She's gonna like have a raise on the throne room. You mean to go into the Crimson Court itself?
Yes.
Yeah,
She gets
Awesome.
kind
there's
of a,
nothing to steal there. See, the big problem here is we can't just take it and go. Potentially, it could be just a dinner plate sitting somewhere. We grab it, we walk out, and go on our merry way. The big problem is that it is something that we don't know what it looks like. We don't know what it is. We know from past experience it could be a connection between two people, which good luck fitting that in your pocket. But if it's broken, shorthand, the end of days.
Yeah.
hmm. Can I maybe make like a insight to see like how serious he is about it? Just 'cause
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
not just because she's not exactly sure. Like, okay, how much are you BSing me on this? Insight to
Our hat has not lied so far in this campaign. No one believes.
I know, but she just met you. Oh, I rolled bad, but that's fine. 6.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks truthful.
Yeah, if my word means anything, believe him. For sure.
Is that proficiency half proficiency?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Is that how Jack of all trades work?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. Well,
So I need I need to have an assurance now that I've told you this that you're not going to go and tell someone else or at the last second say, "Oh well, gee golly, I've always wanted the end of days," because I've already seen that happen once. I'm not about to see it again.
believe me, I do not wish to see the end of days. I still live here. So
I'm just
do-
going to get a integrity check insight.
Insight. Yeah.
So do very many people that I care about. So end of days would be not great.
Inconvenient.
Well,
Yeah. They seem. She seems totally honest. She seems like, nope. That's end of days. Sounds bad.
I lean forward, lowered my sunglasses, then put them back up. You'd think that would hold back most people, but I've come across, and I'm counting off people in my head, at least 4 separate individuals that have done that. And I've heard of at least, what was it, Veli? Counted off 9 names?
At least I want to say 7, but there could be more.
What names would these be?
Oh
Gonna be
boy.
honest, I did not write them down.
Uh,
They all
I know
went with
for
different
sure.
titles that were veneers of sins of various varieties: the liar, the prideful, the death, the things like that. They're all bad people. They all look kind of like this, and I go to sort of a generic pale skin, black glowing green armor.
Yeah.
They all look something like this. You see someone like this, or even someone that looked like this for a second, and you're like, oh, well, he couldn't have looked like that. You let us know, because that means that there's a bomb walking around the city.
Do I recognize the armor and stuff at all that he's showing off?
No.
Okay. I've been around, but even then, they're probably keeping hush hush then.
Yeah, keep a definite
Uh,
close eye on shapeshifters because they are capable
but
of doing.
I have not
Yeah,
seen anyone
shapeshifters,
like
man.
that, but it
Okay.
is good to know if I do see someone like that they are bad news.
Yes.
Uh,
And for the sake of openness on our growing community here,
mhm.
I think it's important for us to declare something that's important and could be relevant later. I'll go first, and then we'll go with Veltius, since you seem to know him, or at least his people. Then we'll go to you, and we'll try to get a word out edgeways from these two, and then we'll attempt to ignore Real, but Real will jump in regardless. Sound about
Fair.
right?
There.
Eh.
So, potential things worth noting. If we go into that dynasty and they have anything that can detect any sort of magic or anything like that, and if they happen to not enjoy that particular persuasion, they will attempt to kill me almost instantaneously. And when I do this, I sort of run a knife over, I pull back a sleeve and sort of run a knife over my wrist, and you just see the shiniest silver you ever seen come out before it sort of crawls back into the wound seals.
Huh. That's
Hmm.
not a mercury, is it? The
I couldn't tell you.
okay.
I can tell you that if we went back in time about 2 months, you wouldn't be looking at a very handsome looking half giant. I've dropped the disguise self at this point when I said handsome. You would instead be looking at a bleached set of clothes and a skull to match. This brought me back on account of a deal related to the lady I was telling you all about. I point to Velt and the rest. Uh, wouldn't recommend letting them do any magic on me. I also would highly not recommend them trying to read my mind. But you know how these people are; they just can't help themselves. Now, Vel, I believe you should go next, seeing as it wasn't just her beauty that made your heart skip a beat, if I recall.
Oh goodness. Okay. Um. So, yeah, we're gonna go in a problem dynasty. So I should probably give you guys the whole as much as I can. So what we did in there last time. In short, the closer you get to the kingdom, the more anti-magic and pro-human they are. So if you are like, even in me and Real, we're gonna be like that, and they would not care. Dwarves are a little more interesting. They treat dwarves as slaves. They were looking for a particular metal. Speaking of which, Farhat, the metal on the death guards, how high quality were they?
They were silenced plate mail. You don't make that by just tripping and falling. They got someone making that special for them.
Likely the dwarves. They use, of course, dwarves as slaves. If you recall, Cirilla, Nefrak, and Brusselmere, we had to rescue them from the hellish depths of the Underdark. But they are very, despite them not using magic and whatnot, they have powerful augments that can get them otherwise. Dark vision's still kind of a funny thing they can't handle. They have to use torches with those. In short, it is going to be painful to get in there. Hopefully we can do this
I
efficiently, I guess.
feel like I need
But
to say something here.
okay.
I mean, I do. My family's up in Thornfair, and I do have some connections that can probably get you into the city. But I need to check up on them and see how business is faring.
Fair
As
enough.
a note, Thornfair is this city right here on the map.
I'm,
Pretty sure.
I'm gonna flip over the couch. You have family.
I have
The
family.
the dark elf has family.
I
Here.
have family.
Well,
And
yes,
this
they
is,
would.
This is Pridwin.
That would explain the similarities. Because when we went in the Underdark, I mean, at least Eridan saw very similar characters to Real. I'm not sure if
Well.
it was a different timeline or whatever it was. It's outside of my league, but I do know that there is at least some sort of
Real,
resemblance.
weren't you trapped in the Fae for like 400 years? Well, why do you think you still
Oh,
got family?
I'm
there?
a young one. I was trapped in there for a year and a half.
Holy shit.
You were a drow out here for a year and a half, and nobody knew who drow was.
I can't tell if it's fucking Devin that's losing his mind or Farhat that's losing his mind.
Probably a little bit of
Both.
both. Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh.
both.
And this has literally never come up
Oh,
in
well.
the past fucking year.
Oh, Okay, I mean, actually, I just remove my hat of disguise and I'm actually a human.
Is this real right now? Is this?
Can I time that?
I'm 100%
Yeah.
with Velt here. Are you
Yeah.
are,
I
are
just
you being serious? right now?
remove. I just remove my hat of disguise, and you see my dark, dark purple skin turn pale. My pink hair turns brunette, and then I just crinkle it a bit. Like it's completely straightened, but like after a nice hot shower, it can go back to being the
I
waviness
grab
that I like.
I grab the hat out of his hand, and can I feel the enchantment on it?
Yeah.
Is that a hat of disguise?
It's a hat of disguise.
You've been a human this whole time. You've been a human this whole time. How do you know Undercommon? You tell me right now
I-
how you know the language that no one
I
else
went.
knows.
I went into the Feywild to study magic to bring back the knowledge I learned to help with my business. I needed their magic.
Do the drow know that you're not a drow?
I have a feeling some of them don't, but most of them didn't bother to didn't see through the act.
Is any help for Drow at this point, considering what dire situations they've shown us? But yeah, so in short, Problem Dynasty. I mean, I guess we got a bit of an easier card now that we have a human, two humans
Vel,
on board.
not
I
so
still
much.
can't get over this.
Not so much. And she's gonna kind of curl back her hair, and she has pointed ears. Not as significant as Velt's, but slightly
Oh.
pointed. I did call you cousin, did I not?
That's true. That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, why don't you put on a hat
Are you-
and lie to us all about your race for the entire time that we're together? I hear that's real popular this time.
Oh, by the
Still
way,
with his
my name
forehead
is
or fucking
Ram.
Ram?
Your name is
Right.
Ram.
My name is Ram. Veal's just my drow name. I couldn't leave the Feywild and change immediately. I didn't want to do that to the drow who took me in.
Oh, what? Lie to them on 2 accounts?
Yeah.
You didn't want to lie to them on 2 accounts?
Yeah, I mean, if I see them again, I can just as easily assume the
Are you even an artificer? Are you even speaking? Are you even real? Are you
No, I'm not real. I'm Ram.
this entity has been a figment of our imagination this whole time, and we were unaware this whole time.
Oh, don't worry. I still want to sleep with you, but that's up to you.
Oh my
Oh, trust me, it's not you, it's me. But it's not gonna fucking happen. I don't want to get you in bed and find out that you've been a fucking squid face this whole time. You take off your ring of disguise and your face of disguise.
Your soul of disguise, your heart of fucking
I just ruffle my hair, just like it's so nice. Let my scalp breathe again. It's been so long.
Yeah, a little bit of truth and you feel better. That's crazy, isn't it? Sorry, Scarlett. I didn't mean to interject. This
No, this is very entertaining. I'm very much enjoying this.
No, this person has traveled with us and fought with us and eaten with us and
For like-
attempted to sleep with many of us. I think successfully slept with that one back there, but he's unaware that he doesn't even know what he slept. He wasn't even aware that he slept with someone, if we're being perfectly honest. But Real, we're gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna keep calling you Real until such time that we're sure that you're not about to take off a second invisible hat.
No more invisible hats.
Throw the hat back on, Scarlett. We interjected, and I apologize for that. Please continue.
No, this is just very entertaining. I'll be honest.
Oh boy.
It's nice to be
But yeah,
around
that's all I
company.
know. Yeah. If Despero and Scarlet, if you wish to tell your stories, go for it. All ears.
Jesus.
Despero steps up.
Thank you, Chase. I don't know his
I am a member of the Costa Kernaya tribe, a nomadic tribe to the north of the Prolum dynasty. We have been persecuted by these mage hunters since before my birth. Matthias can attest, our training prepares us well to fight the Dread Knights and evade persecution by the mage hunters.
Jesus.
I have
What do you do?
business, as does Matthias, with the leader of the Blackbone Brigade. That is on the other side of the country from where we currently stand.
Okay.
But I consider Matthias's mission high priority.
What is Matthias's mission again?
Matthias kind of speaks up. I was part of a party of 3, sent independently to gather information and return it to our elders concerning the misgivings of one of our own, this leader of the Black Bone Brigade, has twisted, perverted our ancestors' power. And we intend to find her and bring her to justice. However, I ended up lost in the Feywild as you were, and misplaced my party.
What did they look like? I want to make sure we didn't come across them on the way in.
2 humans like me, a tall, lanky male, and a very slight, shy female. But do not mistake her for a helpless damsel. I trained with them both. Our Valar right was to find this information and bring it back, as we were the top of our echelon.
So they're also of the and I sort of make gestures on my chest like I'm drawing out the tattoos.
Yes, they are. They bear the marks of our ancestors proudly.
Huh.
Luke and Sarmina are their names.
And Luke. Okay,
Sarmina,
so-
Tsar.
Like Sar, like
Tsar.
Tsar.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
Mina. Okay. Great. I have to pee some fears. I'll be right back.
All right.
There you go.
Alright.
Excellent.
Chase's impression of Jared is a lot better than mine, as it turns out.
Well, I mean, he can get his voice a lot
Get
deeper
some
than you
practice.
can too, though.
I am Despero of the Void.
That was fantastic, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Scarlet, what news do you have for us? Hopefully good news. Bad news is fine too.
Well,
Should we wait for Chase?
do you guys want to wait for Chase, or do you want me to just go into it?
Yeah, we can tell him to watch the VOD.
Yikes, telling your DM to watch the mod. Oh my god. That's so disrespectful. How are
Yeah,
you gonna
we can
do
wait.
that?
We can wait.
We can wait. By the way, I love that
You know, I've been
twist. I love that twist, Joe. That
I have
great.
been waiting for so long to remove
couldn't-
the hat. I have alluded to having the hat so many times, I just didn't include it in the portrait. When I said that I needed to draw something, I realized I didn't draw a human portrait yet.
Oopsies.
It's been so long.
I still can't get over Devin's reaction. I can't tell if that's Farhat shitting himself or Devin
And
shitting
it's
himself.
both. It's both, actually. That's the best part. And I'll be honest, Scarlet was actually thoroughly entertained. She's like, "Oh, hey, it's been a while since I've been with a crew of people. This is funny."
When
And I had my headphones on the entire time.
Nice.
I throw the hat back at him and say, "Do not pretend to be Drow again."
You mean like this? Puts a hat back on.
Oh, I guess we're doing this now.
As the hack,
I make eye contact the whole time.
as the hat goes down, a card goes up. It's the same speed.
Now, no fighting, please.
I want to snatch the hat out of his hand and just say it's rude to wear a hat indoors.
It says Farhat, the one who wears a hat.
No, he took off his hat. He
I
took
know,
off his
he
hat.
took it off.
He took it off.
his hat.
He
I
always
took
takes it off.
the hat.
He always takes it off when he goes inside.
Wow. Did not notice that.
Fine.
So actually, around that time, you hear faintly. You sense on the edges of your periphery, Scarlet. You hear an interference with the door, and suddenly, poof, 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 like something impacts the curtain, and a hand sticks through, a little tiny hand, and it pulls the curtain wide, and you see this like 9-year-old kid who you know. This is Colin Allen, the son of the mayor. No more than about 9 years old. This little adventurous troublemaker.
Ah, Coven.
He kind of
gotta
like
go.
bewilderedly. Oh, you do? Okay.
Like,
Everyone.
Alright,
Night.
bye.
See you, Nikki.
Bye.
Colin. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Miss Scarlet. He kind of like tumbles through the curtain, like, oh, yeah. You said you wanted to see if anybody was going into the. Hooey. You said you wanted to see if anyone was going into the wilds.
Oh.
Well,
Right. What is wrong?
a giant. I don't know what it was,
Okay, okay.
but it
So
ran
slow.
through town.
Oh, okay, okay. Hold on. Deep, slow breaths. In.
A big crocodile just ran through town into the wilds.
Crocodile?
that's probably
Like a lizard.
2 feet or 4 feet.
2.
Oh, that's probably Joe.
Joe?
Well, slow all little tack. Did it look like something about yay high, kind of burly, smiles a bit like this, and just makes a frown on his face?
I didn't see the front of her. I just ran. Her, he wouldn't even know.
Did she have a
It-
big axe? And was she growling as she
Yeah,
went?
yeah. Big axe.
Sounds like a Joe to me.
That sounds like
Well, they talked to the mayor for just a couple of. They talked to my dad for just a couple of sentences and then headed off. Said something about dwarves.
Dwarves? What the hell?
I don't think Joe gives too much of a crap about dwarves. Why would she be out in the bustle like that?
Curious.
Be right.
Well, anyway,
But
you told me to get you if any adventurer looking fuckers were. He didn't say fuckers. I did.
It's your
If any adventurer looking
man.
if any adventurer looking folk were headed out towards the wilds,
Oh,
I came here as fast as I could.
it's okay. Thank you very much, Colin. Would you like some water?
Of course.
Okay.
He comes and like jumps on the cushion next to you and like waits for the trapeze artist to come down and deliver some water.
There. Now, take it easy. Gather your breath a bit. I am just discussing some matters with some new friends.
Mhm.
Oh, I saw you at her dance. You like it? You like her dance?
It was
Hey.
really good, I have to say. I mean, I don't have the words for it, but damn, pretty good.
It was.
He looks up at you and goes, "Damn."
Yep, just like
I look
Oh,
at Belt.
boy.
Do not teach him, little tack. You ain't got to worry about nothing like that. That's adult language used by idiots dressed like him. Just ignore that and don't use that word unless you're grown up a bit.
I probably won't. Thanks, Miss Scarlet. He gulps down his water and just runs off, and you can see two like little friends are sitting outside like waiting for him. Like, where'd you go?
Careful not to trip on
That's
the way
cute.
out, darling.
He nearly does anyway.
Oh boy.
That's a cute kid. How you know him?
Friend of he's the mayor's son, and to get my performance out, I do have to pull a little strings, so I do not cause too much of a ruckus or upset anyone.
mhm.
As a note, he brought you a pouch
Oh,
with 45 gold in it.
sweet.
That's your tips.
Yeah.
So out of curiosity, if I were to cast something like a rune in here with materials I got in here, does the rune come into being? Like if I use materials for a spell, but the spell entirely remains within here.
It will dispel it when the mansion disappears.
Got it. Okay. So why were you keeping an eye on the wild? That's that space up north away. Right?
Correct. I was where did it go in my notes? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Gosh dang it, I blame you guys for getting Cotton Eye Joe stuck in my head for Joe.
Oops.
I could
Yeah, she ran through the village going, "Get out of me!" Blah, blah, blah." She stopped for a second. You heard murmuring with the mayor, and then just continued going. She ran out of the city.
Ah, right.
Would have been married. Would have been married long time ago.
Well, from the information I've gathered, the artifact I'm looking for was moved uh, through the wilds. I'd been meaning to try to pick up on the exact track so I can get a better exact location of which building it will be in. All I know it is in the
It was
capital.
recently taken.
Very recently.
Wow.
Oh,
Which is why I'm taking this chance so quickly because I cannot risk its being in their hands for long. Because honestly, I
it
do not
sounded
trust
more and
them.
more like this is potentially a weapon.
Possibly. But again, I do not have all of the information, regretfully. But
Okay, it still
if
sounds like it's worth it.
we're from the sound of what was it? Not real, since them, right?
Right.
And the revelation. The reason my ire is so heavily towards Soleus is, well, partially of being one of the moon, and my father is in Haven. He is one of the best crafters there, and I have not been able to contact him in a very, very long time. Since probably since they've probably taken the city.
Did he have a name? We met quite a few people while we were there.
His name is ooh, I have it in my notes. Solomon Toombs. He was more for the jewelry rather than armors.
I look at Velt and see. Sound familiar?
The only closest I can think of is Avax, but he's Ganassi.
Yeah, the only jeweler you know is Avex. And
Huh.
he is not in. He's not one of the erudite. Avex is not one of the erudite of the Arcart.
No. No. Ugh.
Can't say we ran into him. We went through a few of the hotspots for Erudites.
That is very worrisome.
But I do recall when someone came back that they were talking to a jeweler, one of them Ganassi folks, said something about the other people getting up and going while the getting was good.
Yeah, hopefully you made it with them.
Well, I'll be sure to keep an eye out and continue to try to contact him if I can. But besides from that, I do have the artifact I'm going for to get out of the hands, and maybe once I have my hands on it, return to the homeland of my mother.
I'm gonna take out a smoke and sort of take out a light and hold it separate and sort of look at her with a gesture of like, "Is this cool?"
Go ahead.
So you say it was taken recent. Is it recent enough that we might catch them in the wilds, or are we about a day or two behind?
I would say how long? I haven't got that information.
So it was taken probably 7-8 months ago.
Oh.
And it was moved through Calcasieu is the name of the city on the let me circle it on the map. This little city in the middle of the wilds is called Calcasieu.
But they wanted to keep its trail hush hush quiet, so they probably wouldn't be able to move too quickly. And the wilds is a dangerous place.
Yes.
Oh. Well, wilds, I might be able to help a little bit. See if I can't spot someone that saw him going by. But we might have to head out. One day probably doesn't make too huge of a difference. But how recent do you think they entered the wilds?
They collected it. They got the artifact from Xiaomei. They transported it through Calcasieu into the Pralum dynasty, and its last known location was given to you as being on display in Pridwin.
Hmm.
Oh, so it's already there. Got it.
It's already there.
Yeah. This is just picking up a trail to figure out where exactly it would be in the city.
And perhaps who was involved.
And yeah, and who was involved and maybe dealing with them so they don't do more of that shit in the future.
Oh, I'm very concerned with who could be involved, but we'll deal with that when we get there.
Yes, I would prefer getting rid of whoever's taking these artifacts because
Mm,
I do not want anything powerful or very troublesome in the dynasty's hands.
Oh, you could definitely take a look. How long does it take on the road to get to that city?
With you guys could probably make it in a day. You guys could probably make it in a day to Kalkashu.
Mm-hmm. Not
Leave
too
in the
long.
morning.
We can leave in the morning. Just a day walk. It's been a while
Um,
since I've walked the road with the group, though.
Well, it's been a while since we walked pretty much anywhere. We walked over here, but it's been a lot of hustling and bustling with massive groups of people. I'd love to walk with just a few people, not worry about civilians in the background, not worry about all of that. You know how hassle that is in the middle of a fight when you're worried about 20 other people catching an arrow?
No, you have quite a amount of stories to tell.
oh boy.
Oh, I've been around, that's all.
I can see that. But
Do you happen to know two things while we're in town? You happen to know if they have something that resembles a general store, something that would stock a large quantity of relatively basic substances, smokes, rope, that sort of thing?
of course,
There's a general store here. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's pretty bare bones. It's about on the level of the general store you found outside of Hedensreich. That 2 or 3 of you independently chatted up. This place is just a farming community.
Okay.
There's not
Alright.
much here, but if it's just small general goods, you should be able to find it here.
Oh, but it's farms. They happen to have anyone that farms up tobacco? Because I would love to talk with them.
Do I know if they farm
You could
tobacco
certainly
here?
look.
Yeah, I was gonna
You've only been here like a couple. You've only been here like 2 days.
yeah. Uh,
So
feel free to look.
I-
I will be staying here to keep the mansion. Just stick your hand with the doors, and you'll come right in.
Perfect. I'm going to go for a quick walk. Do y'all need anything while I'm out?
I'm good, thank you though. Stay safe. Do you want company actually, or you think you'll be on your
Uh,
own?
No, I figure you two probably got some catching up to do on the particulars, and I feel like you wouldn't be too comfortable talking about those sorts of private affairs in front of me, and I got pretty good ears. So does the liar over here. They have very good ears.
Wink. Wink.
All right, stay safe.
I'm gonna walk out and then start looking around for people that are grouping up to see if I can figure out where what sort of farms they have. If they have a tobacco farm, I'd love to visit and get that whole deal.
okay, so it is the wrong season for tobacco. It is winter, and tobacco is typically a summer plant, I believe.
Yeah, but they usually have to. I mean, they could have if there are tobacco farms for it, they would have a stockpile for drying.
Yeah.
But
There
touch and go
there
thing
may
on that.
be there's not a there's not a huge one here. So short answer, no, there's not.
Okay.
You spend, I don't know, an hour cruising around town, and the festival is still in full high gear. The Dread Knight guards are kind of it appears that there's another small troop of them has arrived, so there's about 15 total around town right now. And they're the sober ones. They're watching over and occasionally breaking up fights, but nothing more than that. The town guards are like they're the security. If you watch Letterkenny, they're the security at the dance, like just dancing in the middle, and it's still just having a great old time. And they're pretending to guard, but like their weapons they've been relieved of their weapons an hour ago.
I'm gonna walk up to one of the Dread Knights that's not obviously in the middle of a conversation, that is standing guard, and just there's a whole festival going on, and I want to make sure I don't step on too many toes. What are the rules on a healthy game of gambling going on?
We don't adjudicate that. If you have any squabbles, keep it personal.
That's what I like to hear. Y'all have a blessed day. And I hit him with a bless as I turn around to go back.
He kind of looks for a second like, sir, clearly you're from out of town. I'll let you off with a warning. We don't like magic. We don't try casting anything around here.
Oh, my mistake. Apologies. I'm just gonna reach up and sort of pluck a thin piece of air and pull the bless back. Didn't mean any harm
Mhm.
by it.
Appreciate it.
But
Yeah,
y'all
they
have
seem. He seems reasonable. He seems like they're cool. They understand that this is the out of town. This is the very borderland of the Prowling dynasty.
good piece of information to keep on. That's my litmus test now to see how people respond to magic. Is hit it with one of those.
Ooh.
I'm gonna just generally find a bar where there's a lot of people and try to get a table and
There is precisely one bar, and it's the inn,
Yikes.
the tavern, and inside you see a grossly fat gentleman wearing a way too small apron that is like it's fucking coming apart. And he's moving. He's moving as slow as can be. He's a very slow dude with just about enough brain cells to rub together to run the tavern. But he's kind of like sloth at the DMV, like pouring drinks and putting them out. There's a big old line at the bar and of people getting more and more irritated. Yeah, the party's in full swing here. Not quite swinging from the chandeliers, but definitely approaching that. All humans in this town. And you see a lively group of people that appear to be farmers, kind of clinking their glasses together like another year.
it's just gonna walk up and say what I've always said. Well, y'all look like some upstanding individuals. How about we trade out some corn for a fine bit of luck?
Make a persuasion check for me.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Let me hit one with one of these. Oh, that wasn't as bad as it could be.
That's not as bad as it could be. Yeah, they'll play you, but they don't have a whole lot of coin to throw down. They are simple farmers.
That's fine. While I'm here, I'll just say, I'll start dishing out cards. I'll put like 3 silver in.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not concerned
They'll
about making
match
money
a
right
couple
now.
silver. Yeah.
Just general small. That was a hell of a show outside. Say, y'all farmer folk, you tend to have a good ear to the ground on where stuff's grown. You happen to know where they grow tobacco in this what do they call it, dynasty?
Well, up in here they don't grow a whole lot of tobacco at all. Well, old Benson up north used to try and grow some up in the mountains, damn fool. But as far as I know, he's been on legumes and potatoes. They mandate what we grow a lot of seasons because we got to feed the whole damn country. There's no look at the mountains up there. You can't grow shit up there.
Yeah, it sounds like you can grow legumes and potatoes from what you said.
Yeah, that's about all that survived though. So yeah, down here we're growing wheat and barley and any kind of thing that'll take root in these nice headwaters of this delta. We got mostly wheat and well I'm on what's the fucking cowgrass, alfalfa. I've been on alfalfa for a couple seasons now, and it's boring.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I remember I used to have a friend of mine grew a farm, had a bunch of in-between crops, never bothered switching back, sold flowers for a living for 2 years before the lord of the land came in and said, where's all the potatoes at?
Yeah, they enjoy that. Yeah, so you have a nice round of drinks. A round of drinks gets brought. You win a round. You buy a round.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make money. This is more just an ear to the ground sort of conversation. Tobacco was the only real sensitive information, but any major events or things that they think I should look out for, generally what I'm looking for.
Well, other than that big fucking crocodile racing through town an hour ago, I ain't seen. It's been a nice tribute festival.
Yeah. I'll give you this one for free though. If your farmer's up here and you're having a good time, try to keep it that way. If you head south, they are mandating everyone going to the city. They can't do nothing but grow. All right, so you try to stay clear of that southern mountain range.
That's good to know. Thanks, friend.
And tell anyone running a caravan that way that they might want to reconsider any contracts.
Yeah, okay, I will. Wasn't we were due to send a caravan that way come spring, but maybe we'll think about it. Thanks.
Anytime. Anyway, I think you got big blind. And I'm just gonna let it let it fizzle on that.
Yeah. You earn a gold total.
Sick.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything they want to do for the night?
Are we staying here or going to an inn?
You all have your own individual rooms if you want to stay here.
Sweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like high curtains that separate the entire tent that you're in. And the place kind of like, it's more space than it looks like.
Bigger on the inside.
Bigger on the much bigger on the inside. On the outside is literally just a single curtain. But even within the walls of this giant, almost circus tent, or more like theater tent, there are more rooms, and there are hidden rooms and curtains and breaks and.
Can I draw a hot bath?
Of course.
If
Yeah.
Scarlet wills it, yeah.
Yeah, Scarlet put baths in for everybody because you guys
Nice.
look like you've been on the road for a while, so hot bath is always really nice.
Then I will stay here for the night.
I guess I should ask Scarlet. Do you know if you've seen any Solarians lately?
Been quite a few on the road, but more if you further head closer to Haven, you see more, and there's been the usual amount over in oh god, I forget the name of the city, the town that's like the.
You mean, sorry, you two are talking about two different groups.
Solar? Oh.
Not the Solar family from Jamais is what he's talking about.
Correct.
Oh, okay, sorry, I misheard.
That's for Baldy, sorry. Yeah.
No, I have not had contact with them at all, honestly, which is rather disheartening. I may have had one contact, and I was given these, and she's gonna pull out hold on.
Yeah, so you would have.
Sorry. I've signed some in heaven, but I haven't had the I guess the courage to speak for them. Yeah, I haven't been. Sometimes I secretly hope that maybe one would approach me with a message from home, because I'm sure one of them snuck something to my father's home at one point. I am personally confident that these were from my mother, that she snuck them here. And she's gonna pull out the pair of fans that you saw her kind of dancing with earlier with her performance, and she kind of opens them up, and they have just beautiful moon patterns in them, just like a kind of mix of golds and red throughout. These are very special. It has some pretty powerful spells to them.
Wow. Impressive.
I'm pretty sure of. It's a feeling in my heart that my mother These are from her. But again, I have not seen her since I was very small.
Mm.
Long story short, Dad's family didn't take too kind to her. Or me existing, but I have half their blood, so they feel like they must be responsible for me, but they're kind of dicks about it. It's family issues. But no, I have not seen her in a very long time, and I know she's part of them. But again,
Your mother's part of the Solarian family, is that correct?
yes,
Okay.
She's a
one of-
priestess of the.
she's
She's a
one.
priestess of the lunar temple.
She's a priestess. Yeah, priestess of the Luna Temple.
Lunar Temple. Okay. Interesting. Solarians have been a little more interesting lately than usual. I think Soul Eclipse probably has something to do with that, whoever that may be. But right before we fled Heathen's Reich, they came and tried to blast something through my chest. Did
Ugh.
not feel good. I have a feeling we'll probably meet them again.
Well,
Hopefully we can chat out a little bit more, but I suspect there's probably going to be a bit of sparring before we do.
I will try my best to stay my hand if we are to discuss possible peace with each other for a bit. But tell me, what of home? How long have you been on this side? Rather than
Heathen's
Lynch.
Reich.
Well,
Uh, Been with Heathen's Reich for about, I'd say, 5 years now. Granted, I'm a pretty young individual. Surprise, surprise. I've been with various group. I was with a group prior, about I'd say a year or so ago. But yeah, now I'm here at this spot. At this time.
well, but leaves in the wind.
Yes. Absolutely.
But it is curious. I still can't help but wonder. I know they're after, the description of anything that is not, forget the god's name right now. Pillar.
Alor?
Yeah, Pillar.
Paylor.
I do not quite understand the obsession.
From what I've seen, and Paylor is apparently extremely powerful, militaristic even, based on Storveldi's modus operandi. I mean, they are very militaristic. The armor that Farhad has seen with the Problem Dynasty is comparable. I guess the big difference is that Stolreldi is able to use divination magic. You know, praise be Paylor, smack a person and poof, they're gone. I mean, they do make good tech. From a logistics standpoint, they are very, very good at
Good to know.
destroying things. But I do not think. I do not understand why they would be so aggressive towards everyone else right now. Well, as an aside, there was an artifact, well, quote, artifact, something that was like effectively a symbol of peace between the 5 major religions, if you want to say,
Yeah.
for Heathen's Reich, but its destruction has caused whatever mostly Storveldi acting more fascistic than usual.
I have seen a few refugees in my travels the past few months. What stories I have heard are not good.
No.
Can't help but worry for the people.
Oh,
The ones
yeah.
still trapped inside.
Yeah.
It is something
Yeah.
I will definitely work on. But there are higher priorities at the moment, unfortunately.
Yes.
But
Yes.
enough of business talk.
Mhm.
Your room is right over there. If you there's a hot bath if you wish to draw it, and a comfortable bed if you wish to sleep. But don't feel obligated if you want to stay or not. I understand sometimes it's a little too comfy for some folk.
Mhm.
But if you need
You're an
anything,
elf, correct?
half elf. Father was human,
Okay.
mother
I
is
see.
an elf. Hence the
Okay.
whole family thing.
Family squabbles, right? Yeah, I mean, I'll use the bed. I mean, personally, I don't have to sleep because luckily my family has never needed to sleep, and it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, I don't feel bad about it. I don't
Well,
feel bad not sleeping, but yeah, I'll definitely use your bed in your bath. It is much appreciated. A
if
big, big good send, if you want to say.
well, I'm happy to provide my new compatriots. If you need anything, the servants will come and assist you if you need any more food, water, anything really.
Will do. Thank you.
Okay.
And then Velt's gonna take Velt's gonna do his thing, and then he's probably gonna wait for Farhat, make sure he's safe after.
Okay. Yeah, Farhead eventually returns. information information gained and a good game of cards played. Well, no, a really bad game of cards, but they just didn't have any gold to offer you. You slaughtered them.
Good people around here, by the way. The farmers are lovely individuals.
Very good. How are the death guards?
Good. They don't like magic, but around here they seem to understand it. I'm got a warning though. The closer we get, the worse it's gonna be.
That is absolutely correct. Be ready for that.
Oh, almost forgot. I do have a disguise kit to hide our ears once we get closer.
Excellent. That'll be good. Yeah, hopefully we won't have to use the last disguise kit that we did.
I don't suppose you got one that comes in giant, do you?
I do not think it will be able to disguise all of that, unfortunately.
I don't think makeup is your issue.
You're right. Makeup can't hide all of this, he says, stroking his beard.
Quite.
Oh, fuck. We are in a station. How do summons work here? Because I still want to meet the guy.
The celestial.
Yeah.
I would say.
You could summon him here.
you
You
could
could summon him here, and then he'd go away after an hour. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
need
'cause-
some space?
Oh, I shouldn't need too much. I'm imagining this particular individual is going to be fairly temperate of personality, and for the minute cast, I'm just laying out a bunch of cards in a solitaire stack, and when it's done, they just sort of flow together into a guy. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, is it Aquatl? Axolotl?
Coatl.
Coatl.
Can take the form of a humanoid.
Mm.
And I don't want to ruin her shit by just summoning a goddamn dragon here. So
It's not
It's
showing.
big. You're fine. You have enough room if you want.
Isn't a coatl a bird?
Yeah, a coatl's like it's a winged snake.
I mean that's a
Trogdor, got it.
cultural difference. Dragon.
Trogdor.
Trogdor.
Yeah, Trogdor.
Frog war burninating. God, it's been a long time.
How the fuck is it spelled in the
TROGTL. Oh,
Not- fuck off.
COATL. COATL.
Well, the problem is when you type that in, it says Rise of Legends and Rise of Nations wiki, and it's like a mech, and that's not.
Yeah,
Like-
a coatl is like this thing.
Dragon spine.
Okay, yeah.
Or more appropriately like this one. They're very, very colorful, like bird of paradise winged snake.
Yeah, okay.
But a coatl is a
How come you get that as a picture and I get all of these fucking ads for Rise of
because I
Legends?
went on Google Images. That's it.
I did. You want to know what my Google Images looks like?
Here,
I literally
I got
typed
you what
in-
my Google images look like.
Oh boy.
That's what I got.
Oh yeah.
I got a mech.
Wow.
I got mechs. I got the death snake is the closest analog we get to that.
Oh, no, you're spelling CUOTL. It's COATL.
COATL. Okay.
I also got a bunch of magic cards. So
Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. All right. 'Cause,
Um,
y'all are posting pictures like, yeah, dude, I just looked it up and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck all this.
but yeah, you can summon it as a it can take the form of a humanoid, but it would appear. So first the cards flow together and form the wings and the body of this snake, that then kind of coils and into just a pile that then stands up into this kind of silvery shimmering form.
It, are you always gonna look like so standoutish as a person? No offense, it's a lovely look.
It speaks directly into your mind with its limited telepathy, and reaches out and says, "I am a being of the divine. It is not one. It is not. It's not appropriate for one of my creation to blend in."
Mm,
That's a fair point, and that's also why I did this here, because I figured if I did out in public, they might have some questions. I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Farhat. I was the one that called you here. I wanted to make something of an amicable relationship